to show you how to create your first Kahoot. Go to getkahoot.com, create a free account if you don't have one, or otherwise click sign in, enter your details, and click sign in. This is going to take you to your dashboard where you are able to create a new quiz, for example. If you want to see what these two options are, please visit the guide and take a look at the paper guide. Give your quiz a name and click go. Here you can create your first question. Once you have created your question, you can add a little bit of format into it, or you can add extra characters. For example, if you teach a foreign language, you might want to have access to the extended Latin. If you teach math, you want to be able to maybe add some equations, simple equations, or you've got simple arrows as well. Now, if you want to actually use a proper equation, a difficult equation, you might want to write it, take a photo of it, and then maybe add it as an image here, or you might want to take a screenshot or whatever. This question is going to be worth some points, and I'm going to give 20 seconds for students to answer it. You could, if you wanted to, add a video as a question, but personally, I use that feature. I seldom use that feature. This feature that I use all the time is to actually add a picture to my question, and then I'm going to add the answers, make that question correct. I don't have to use 4 answers. I can use 2 if I wanted to. So you just use those buttons to add or remove. Once you're happy with it, you can click add question. It's a bit confusing with that save and continue button. Now add your second question. Okay, I'm going to give 20 seconds, add a picture, and then add my answers. Note that in the answers, I can also add the special characters, need to make that correct, or also the mathematical equation signs. Okay, so my questions are not fantastic, but I'm happy with it. So I'm going to click save and continue. I could reorganize my questions here if I wanted to, but I'm happy with it. Hit save and continue. Here, I'm going to keep my my Kahoot private. That means that other users can't use it or can't find it, but definitely my students will be able to find it. I could adjust the level, etc. This is especially if you've got a public Kahoot, for example. And click save and continue. I can give my quiz a photo, like a picture, for example, and then hit done. Now here, this is this really nice feature, the preview feature. Now, it is a little bit tricky actually to understand how Kahoot works at first. This is the teacher view. This is the student view, if they have an iPhone or a mobile phone, for example. Now, you have some options, and this is going to show up as a teacher. It's going to show up on your projector. So, for example, you might want to randomize the questions and the order of the answers within a question. I'm going to launch it. As a student doesn't visit the same address as you. They'll visit kahoot.it. So this would be showing up on your projector. So it tells the students the instructions to follow. And it tells them visit kahoot.it and then enter this PIN number here. Now it's important to understand the students do not need to log in. All they need to do is to enter their PIN code and then their name. Then you can click join game as a student, and then the name would show up on the screen. Now you have the ability to click on a name to kick out a student, for example, if they used a silly name, for example. So you could do that. Now there would be a list of names populating here as the students sort of log into the system. Click start now when you're happy with it. It's going to tell them how many questions there are and whether they're ready. Okay, so as you can see, the teacher view and the student view is different. And then there's going to be some music. Student answers, and once everybody's answered or the time's up, it shows the answers. Now, the faster you answer, the more point you collect as a student. So the student here is in first position. They got 950 Kahoot because they were the first one, in this case, the only ones to answer. Here it shows you the leaderboard. I believe it's the top 5 that show up. Click next. That's going to move on to your next question. Students get 5 seconds to read, and it's time again. Okay, so the student responded pretty quickly again. Click next, scoreboard again, and then here it tells the class who the winner actually is and how many correct answers he or she has given and how many incorrect as well. then feedback and results. And this is a really, really nice feature where students have the ability to rate your quiz. It can be quite harsh sometimes, but it is a really good way to get a feel for how your class is feeling about a particular topic that you've been teaching. Then this particular feedback here would actually update when all of the users, or when the users actually get their feedback in. So this is pretty cool. Then you can click on final results, where you can click download results, which will basically download an Excel file that you can keep. Now, if I go back to my dashboard here, I can click on my Kahoots and I can see all of the Kahoots. And for example, here I can see that it's been played once. This is the quiz that I've put together here. I can click on play and that will take me to the same launch, but this isn't a preview anymore. This is what I would do as a teacher to actually show an actual game. Okay, I can click on the particular quiz, on the particular Kahoot if I'm interested in it. If I want to perhaps go and edit it, what I would need to do is to actually click on the word edit here. And that's all there is to it, really.